So let's say you found out that the bug is not your fault, that it's due to a broken plugin or a broken theme. How do you report the bug? Well, first of all, it's important that if you're not able to list the steps to replicate the issue, so I have this plugin installed with WooCommerce installed, I go to the admin dashboard, I enable this setting, I go to the checkout, I select country, and that stage the checkout freezes. Okay, so these are the steps that you need basically to list in a ticket whenever you describe the bug. So don't just say, hi, my checkout is broken, what can I do, right? So you have to describe the exact steps and describe your environment. Also provide screenshots. So whenever you have a bug, you have to find the time to collect all this information even before posting a ticket. So also we said in module 3 that part of your investigation is actually to look on Google and support forums if someone else is being having the same problem. So there is no point placing another support ticket in case that's an actual bug that has been reported by somebody else as well. Maybe just add a comment saying, I'm having this too, and that might help WooCommerce or whoever it is to address that issue before the others. So where can you post your ticket requests, your support requests? Where can you report bugs? Well, if we are talking about the WooCommerce plugin, so if you believe the bug is with the WooCommerce plugin, you can go in two places. So you can go to the WordPress.org, WordPress.org WooCommerce plugin page. Then you move on to support, and from there, here it is, you go to support, and from there, if you're logged in with a WP.org account, you're able to log in and create a topic. Of course, you have to read before posting. Usually they have some instruction, so they say before posting gather the following information: a link to your site in case it's a front-end issue, and remember your system status report. So you just go to your website, go to WooCommerce status, click on the system status tab, click on the purple button, get system report. This will generate the system status. You copy, and then whenever you are inside the support forum, you paste it, right? Before doing that, just take a look briefly at your system status. If you see some red warning, such as this installed version not tested, and the error is with that plugin, maybe that could be the reason. If you see that something is out of date, well, update it first, and don't go basically with a not sufficient system status report to WooCommerce, especially because they will tell you, fine, update that plugin first. So it is important that you collect this information together, as I said, with the steps to replicate the exact bug, because otherwise they won't listen to you. So on WooCommerce, on WordPress.org, usually it is for, let's say, general bugs, general information, if you're not a coder. Okay, if you're a developer, you might instead prefer going to GitHub, WooCommerce. You open the WooCommerce section of GitHub. That's where the WooCommerce code is publicly shared, and in the same way it is shared, you can also post an issue. Okay, so as you can see, there are 631 open issues at the moment. Just go check if by clicking on the bug label your bug is already here. For example, the 2021 theme has a lot of open bugs because it's not compatible with WooCommerce yet at the time of speaking. In case you don't see your issue, you just click on new issue, and once again in here you can even select whether it's a security issue, an external issue, a support question, a bug report. This would be the one that you go and choose, and now you can give it a title. Make sure you don't put urgent blah blah blah, they won't listen to you, so just describe the issue very well. And as you can see here, there is a default some default content, so please provide with the information requested in this bug report. So you will need to share your system status, you will need to say that you've done some troubleshooting, you will need to describe the bug, so I'm talking about the steps. You should attach a screenshot of the bug. So it is important that you follow all these instructions because they want to have the whole description of the potential bug as well. Now, this applies to WooCommerce, but also applies to all the other plugins and themes that you're using. So if it's a wp.org plugin/theme, it'll have its own page where you can go to support and post your comment in there, or you can go to the GitHub page where you can post something a little bit more advanced. Usually the GitHub takes priority over the wp.org support, and that's because it has something to do with coding, it has something to do with a much more precise description of the bug, the steps, the screenshots, while usually in wp.org it takes a little bit more time. Premium plugins and premium themes, they might have their own support page, so make sure to use that. And of course hosting as well has a live chat hopefully and a premium ticketing system. The better the hosting, the better the support that you will receive. So especially for cache issues, server issues, and these sort of bugs, then you should definitely have access to your hosting support 24/7 so that you can report and address these kind of bugs ASAP. Because I mean, if there is a problem on the server side, it doesn't matter how beautiful and how fast your website is, then it's really not going to work out. So it's always important to research before reporting a bug. On one end, you take a look if the bug has already been reported, and on the other hand, you collect all the information of the bug itself. So I'm talking about the screenshots, I'm talking about the steps, and I'm talking about the system status. By doing so, hopefully your bug will be fixed pretty soon.